600 feet of fencing to enclose a rectangular field. However, one side of the field lies along a canal and requires no fencing. Express the area of the field A as a function of one of its dimensions. Okay.
Well, like, so does the 600 feet really matter?
Yes. It's vital. Okay.
Well, what about that other, like that third piece? You still need the area of all.
Yep. Okay, hold that thought. I'm going to pick, just because it's consistent, I'm going to call all the horizontal things x's and all the vertical things y's. So my two variables will be x and y. All right. Now, here's what I know. I know a perimeter of this would normally be 2x plus 2y, but I don't need to put fencing here. So one thing I do know about this, Lauren, is that long x plus these two y's has to add up to 600. So that's all the fencing I have. So whatever I do with the fence, if I make it in a rectangle, I'm going to get a situation where this statement is true. Thing is, they didn't ask us about perimeter, did they?
No, they asked about area.
What's the area of this thing, Drew?
Do the equation.
Well, what's the simplest way?
Well, would it be 6? I don't know if this is right. 600 minus 3x times x.
I'm not sure about the 3. Give me a minute to get there. It's the right idea.
Well, because I know there are only 3 sides that were really being.
Yeah, I'll have to work it out.
Oh.
Actually, I'm just not sure about that coefficient. In general, the area here would be length times width, which we could just say is x times y.
Right, so do it using x.
Okay, do it using x. So you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to solve this for y and substitute. Because both these statements are true. And when you have two true statements, you can substitute in from one to the other. That was the whole point of all that linear system stuff you did in Algebra 2.
Okay.
That was the general concept is if you have any two true statements about a situation, I can take this true statement and I can say 2y equals 600 minus x. Bless you. Now I divide both sides by 2 and I get y equals 300 minus 1/2 x. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now I get my area is going to be x times 300 minus 1/2 x, and that will be my area. Drew, this does not necessarily mean you're wrong. Okay? Because you could have done this the other way.
Well, I just looked at that one from yesterday that we
Okay.
did, and just saw that how you got based off of the equation of a equals something minus and.
But I don't think we did one with a missing side though.
Oh wait, that was different.
Okay, I don't think we did one with a missing side.
Yeah,
We did the one with the 3 parallel fences.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that'll produce a different coefficient. I thought yours sounded familiar. So that's the one with the. We did one yesterday, Brandon.
It was the gutter.
We did the gutter, but we also did one of these, where we had 3 corrals and how much area we
No,
had.
we didn't.
That's
Really?
part of the
We
homework.
never did
Yeah,
that.
that we did.
Oh, that's part of the homework. Should we do that one?
Yeah.
Sure, since you always got top.
Okay, but any questions on this one, and have we fully answered this question?
There isn't
Yes.
one of those on the homework either.
Yeah, there was that one that was.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I mean, it's in the book, sorry. I
It's
just
in the book.
looked
Okay.
down and saw
You get
it.
32.
Yeah. That one, I was just about to ask.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay. Questions on that one?
Nothing about that.
Okay. Okay. I worked in progressive school for years, and this is how I dressed every day. Bringing back memories.
Oh, we should dress like this every day. I would love it.
It's a different school.
Only with diamonds. No.
It's not really up to her. I mean, Miss Piero has a certain.
Oh, no.
Well, I can't say anything.
Thank you. Hold up on that. Okay, number 32. Okay, the figure shows an open box with a square base and a partition down the middle. The boxes have a volume of 400 cubic inches. Express the amount of material needed to construct the box A as a function of the length of the side of its square base. Okay. This is going to be very intriguing. Okay, let's take a look at this box.
Oh, drawing it, you mean?
Well, that'll be intriguing. That'll be the most intriguing part for me. Okay, so here's a box, right?
You have very convoluted box.
It's not a book, is it?
It's not bad.
Thank you.
Actually pretty good, but it's just more complicated than these.
Okay, now I'm confused.
Yeah.
That
other
doesn't look
line
like the
was
middle,
not needed.
but that's okay.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, I see, it's an empty box.
Yes. Go top to the box.
Wait, I
That's
have a
right.
question.
That's pretty good.
Thank you. I'm pretty happy with it. I took a draftsmanship course in college. The teacher spent the entire course saying, I don't know why I'm teaching you this. This is all going to be replaced by computers in a year or two anyway. He was right. Okay, let's go on. Do you have an idea on this one? Or?
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, wouldn't it be, it's just saying the area, right? So,
Well, hold on a second.
Oh,
Okay, let's see what we know. The first thing it says, let's write down what we know first. Okay?
it says it says the volume is 400.
Right. And just like we had to use this perimeter equation over here, okay, in order to work out the area, if since they gave us a volume, we're going to need that. That's just kind of a pattern with these problems. So 400 is going to equal the volume. How do you determine the volume of a rectangular
Height,
prism?
width, and length.
Height, width, and length. You multiply all those together, which in this case means x squared.
Oh.
Times y.
Yep, x squared y. So the volume 400 is x squared y. That's going to be necessary. Now let's see, the material it takes to build one of these is also known as the surface area.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Surface area. Okay, let's see what the surface area we're going to have to do. It's got a square base, right?
Yeah.
So it's X times X.
That's x squared.
Yeah.
Plus,
Well,
each of these sides
It's X times Y, right?
is x times y. Now we've got the four sides on the outside, and we've got another x times y
wait, why do we need that if it just says express the area?
surface area.
No.
Surface area.
Surface area.
Let's see, let me take the phrasing.
It's material needed.
Express the amount of material needed to construct the box.
Go to a 6.
I hate math wording.
Let's see, Brandon, we got 1, 2, 3 parallel things like this, and then these two parallel ones in the back.
Okay.
We got front and back and the three sideways ones. Okay, so this is my surface area function. Now what they say is to express the whole thing in terms of x. So I'll use my function notation. That means we got to get rid of this y. It means we have to solve this for y. Woo! So what does y equal in this case?
400 over x squared.
Correctamundo.
Wouldn't that also be like 200
Okay,
over
okay,
X?
so
Would that,
that's 1.
would it be 200 over X or not?
No, because this is x squared, and there's no coefficient of 2 here. You don't have a common factor of 2 between
I'm
the
saying like, because like, no, wait, no, I mean 20 over X.
No, Johnny, real quick aside here. A squared over b squared does not equal a over b.
Alright.
You cannot reduce fractions that way.
Yeah.
Good eye that they're both perfect squares, but you can't do anything with that information at this point. Okay, so this is 5x times 400 over x squared. Now, if you got to simplify this a little bit.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
You times 5X into it?
Yeah, well, what's going to happen here, if we make this 5x over 1 as a fraction, you got the 5 times the 400, what's that going to be?
20,000. No,
Close.
22,000.
2,000. And you have an x on top and an x squared on the bottom.
So yeah.
X.
I mean, x cubed.
Nope. That would be if they were both in the denominator or both in the numerator.
Just X on the bottom.
Just an x on the bottom. And this is the function that determines the amount of material needed to get 400 cubic inches. This is the function that determines how much surface area will be required for the various ways you can build this box just by changing the size of the base. As long as the base stays a square. Because this x and this x are the same. What is this used for? Nobody asked, but I'll tell you anyway.
What's it used for?
Thank you, Drew.
What is the purpose?
Okay, you are someone who makes boxes for like shoe stores or pet stores or any sort of stores or Amazon.com or shipping boxes of some sort.
Very
Well, why does it have a
naturally
separator?
monotonous.
No idea.
That.
But the two shoes have to be kept separated, the two pets, I don't know. But regardless, someone says, I want you to build 1 million of these boxes, and the only requirement